Hello, welcome back to the Build Great Products YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Calderon, and today we're at SIGGRAPH 2019 at the LA Convention Center. Behind me, there are many different companies showcasing their latest tech products. Let's go and check it out. Hello, we are here with Daniel from SpeedTree. Daniel, can you kind of tell us a little bit about your product and what it does?
Yeah, sure. SpeedTree is a procedurally modeling tool.
Okay.
It's kind of a combination of procedural tools as well as fine art tools, so you can procedurally model your whole tree and kind of keep that as a species. Then if you want to cut a branch here, you can. If you want to remove a branch, you have kind of full control over the entire tree to art direct it as you need it. So we kind of try to combine the best of the procedural world with the best of the art tool world for what is probably the most challenging problem in 3D modeling, which is trees.
Exactly. So do you guys work with different movies, different video games? What kind of partnerships do you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been, we first started off in the video game industry, right? So our first video game that we were, like the first big video game that we were in was probably Oblivion by Bethesda way back in like, early 2000s. And since then we've been in literally thousands of video games. Ubisoft uses us in lots of titles. We've got a series of games over there that you can see some of the latest. Monster Hunter World, Horizon Zero Dawn, Witcher 3 is probably the biggest example lately because they use every part of our SpeedTree SDK and middleware product. So they use our SpeedTree Wind, they use our instancing, our forest system, as well as the modeler. Just pushed everything to the limit. And so they're one of our favorite customers. And ILM on the VFX side is probably one of our biggest customers. Recently we talked to them and they said anytime a tree is moving, they're using SpeedTree.
So in-house, I'm assuming it's kind of a smaller team. How many people actually work on the development of the software?
We actually only have 3 engineers. The 2 founders of the company, Chris and Michael, they each work on the SDK and kind of core side and then the modeler side respectively. Then we have a 3rd engineer who is kind of very much on the integration side and kind of helping connect speech to other applications and doing a lot of other internal work on it as well.
And if you need help like kind of creating certain aspects of the software, do you guys ever outsource to another agency or it's all in-house?
It's all in-house. We do it all, just all in SpeedTree. Yeah.
And then do you guys kind of have any obstacles kind of working or kind of reworking the inner parts of kind of creating the software?
What's that? Sorry.
Have you had any issues creating the software at any point, kind of obstacles that you've come across?
I mean, that's kind of the story of design, like software, making anything, right? It's like a lot of obstacles, but SpeedTree started with a really simple problem, which is that trees are hard to make, and so we started with the idea of we're going to solve and find an easier way to make this tree, purely for internal purposes, and since then every time we come across an obstacle we just kind of keep working to find the best solution to that problem, and people bring us their problems and we solve those, and that's pretty much what we do. We don't even really design software as much as we just constantly solve problems.
So I know the company's name is SpeedTree, but do you guys actually plan on scaling to more than just trees, maybe bushes or different things like that?
So it's SpeedTree, but like the best way to think of it is it's because there's nothing scientifically accurate about how we model our trees. We don't base it on scientific principles. It's really more of an organic shape generator. So you can create very scientifically accurate models with it, but you can make bushes, grass. It's used for everything. Sarah has made elven gates before on her lunch break, and we're always like, well, I didn't know you could do that. But it's really just made for creating all kinds of organic shapes. But we're not really branching out into things like rocks or anything like that because those problems are easier solved with other software. And frankly, we're still grinding away on this problem.
Specialize in what you do best, right?
Yeah, we're still working on that. Yeah.
Hello, we are back with Mike from IOGEAR. Mike, can you please tell us a little bit about your product today?
So we're here actually with our 4K DisplayPort KVM. It's a switch that allows you to use multiple computers, no matter what OS they're utilizing, to basically do multiple tasks. So one of the nice things about this product is you can switch effortlessly between multiple computers to do multiple high resource or like animation, cinematics, anything where you're rendering, debugging, or compiling. Basically assign it to that one computer, bounce to another computer, assign that, then bounce to your MacBook, watch some YouTube, and move on with the rest of your day.
Awesome. So how many ports does it come with, packages and things like that?
So our KVMs range from 2 ports all the way up to 16 ports.
Okay.
We actually have KVMs that go all the way up to 512, but those are more for a server environment.
Gotcha.
These were probably more for your average
individual consumer use.
Yeah,
obviously.
Consumer. Most consumers are not going to exceed 4 computers for their workstations.
Okay.
But we do have KVMs that go all the way up to 8 for the more like heavy industrial SIGGRAPH consumer.
Exactly. Understood. So can you just give us a quick little walkthrough of what it's capable of and the demo that you have here?
Yeah, so the KVM that we have here is our 4-port DisplayPort KVM. It's allowing us to be connected to 3 computers right now. We have a Linux box, we have a PC box, and we have a Mac.
Okay.
It's utilizing DisplayPort 1.2, which allows us to actually daisy chain not just from 2 monitors, but we can actually expand this up to 4 monitors.
Okay.
Utilizing the full 4K Spectrum Cinema 4K. So one of the things that's really cool about it is you can switch between the various devices. It takes about a second or two for DisplayPort, but we actually have KVMs with HDMI inputs, DVI, VGA, kind of whatever your flavor is in the configuration of your setup. Okay. We have a KVM that'll most likely fit your needs.
So switching to a different component will basically add priority to that specific output, correct?
So in this particular case, like we've now taken full control of the Mac that we have, the MacBook that we have here. It's actually connected via our KVM, via our docking station, via USB-C.
Wow, a lot of connections there, but very cool. That's very cool. So, kind of on the product side of it, when did you guys create your MVP? How long ago?
So the KVM is something that IOGEAR's been doing for about 20 years.
Okay.
It is actually technology that has been in use since the early 80s. Okay. But what we've been doing is upgrading it and making it so that it's customized for the average modern day professional.
Absolutely.
So we've been adding USB-C, power delivery, DisplayPort, HDMI. As the technology has moved forward, we've followed suit to make sure folks who are utilizing KVMs have the ability to use the latest and greatest rather than outdated technology.
Exactly. Very cool. So with the actual production team, is it in-house or do you guys outsource some of the software work to agencies or overseas?
So all of our products are designed in California and then built in Taiwan. Okay. We work with our parent company, A10 Technology, to actually develop a lot of the software emulation, the form factor, and all of the features that people are looking for. But everything is designed here in California in Orange County.
Okay. And then do you know of any obstacles that you guys have come across in the recent years, kind of creating a new product or a new rendition of an already existing product?
A lot of the struggles that we have is basically just keeping pace with what people are looking for. So
and the technology that comes out, because every day there's something new.
Like already we've been out getting requests for, do you have DisplayPort 1.4 yet? Okay. And it's something that is only just come to the market. It's something that we're trying to figure out whether or not, when do we launch this product so that it can properly capture the marketplace rather than jumping the gun so soon that we sit on product.
Exactly. So making sure that you're not too early to the party, but not too late as well, right? It's that perfect sweet spot.
So, like in the case of the newest product that we actually launched for SIGGRAPH here is our 2-port USB-C KVM. It's a product that allows you to connect USB-C devices, iPad, Surface Go, your Samsung phone with utilizing DeX mode, and any other product that utilizes USB-C. Okay. One of the cool things about it is it's self-powered. So once you plug it in via the device will actually power it, so you can switch back and forth. So you could take it. It's probably the most mobile KVM that you'll ever probably find.
Very cool. And so with your kind of products, what is your target audience? Do you guys do B2B? Do you guys do B2C? If so, what kind of people do you look for?
So we do definitely B2B and B2C. Okay. It depends on like the level of KVM that you're looking for, the configuration.
Exactly.
So the USB-C device is obviously more suited for a consumer market, someone who has two USB-C devices and wants to be able to utilize them both.
Okay.
This is obviously a much more robust solution
Maybe for more advanced technical guys.
Yeah,
for still individuals, right?
You know, this is for like a large animation studio,
Okay.
Video game development studio. We've worked with a number of large studios to kind of develop these products and distribute it to them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very cool. And then, kind of last question: how do you guys plan on scaling the products? Do you guys plan on creating new products or new kind of port systems? Can you kind of tell me the plan of action for the next 5 or 10 years?
So a lot of the way that we design our products is by basically doing our market research, having conversations with our main end users that we've been working with for years. You know, a lot of it is seeing what technologies are available, how they're coming out, how best to integrate them into the KVM switches so that we can utilize them so that our end users can upgrade and make their systems and setups more in line with the new technologies.
Hello, welcome back. We are here with Philip with Instelot. Philip, can you tell us just a little bit about the products?
Sure. So what we want to try at Instelot is we want to automate the process of producing and optimize 3D content, right?
Okay.
So basically everybody who's working with 3D data has a problem that their assets are typically too heavy to use them in a real-time application, and for that they need to do a lot of manual and tedious steps to get that done, right? Okay. And we want to automate all of those steps inside our application right here.
Gotcha. So it's kind of a full-stop shop for automating a lot of the kind of AI or AR processes, right?
Absolutely. We are used, of course, in AR and VR, but even if you go like a bit higher, let's say for console games, something with higher quality, still you need to do a lot of optimization, a lot of processing to get it done. Also, especially in the engineering industry, it's quite interesting, right? You have a lot of in the construction world, you have a lot of details and a lot of parts of an asset that you would never see in a visualization. So to remove those hidden parts, that's also something that we can do and really bring down the heaviness of this model to a very lightweight state where we can actually render it out pretty nicely.
Absolutely. So kind of speaking on engineers, how big is your product development team? And are you guys in-house or do you guys actually outsource some of your work to local agencies or overseas?
So actually our company only has been established in 2016 and commercially available in 2017. Okay. So we're a rather young team, very international. Our core team consists of 15 people, of which 10 are our core engineers, right? So we have PhD level engineers and some application engineers really as a core team. But then again, we also employ some freelancers who then again just build some applications, small plugins for our platform that we show here. We build some integrations into other solutions, just like Blender, for example. So that is, we have a core team that is rather small, but then we extend and just pull resources from freelancers that we need. But we are very much an engineering-driven company. You see the entire engineering, not non-engineering team over here at site, which is 5 people. So everybody else basically is engineers.
It's very engineer-heavy company, right? So with those engineers, do you know if they've had any issues or obstacles creating the software?
Well, I mean, it's the software itself was developed by our CEO. Actually, he developed the underlying SDK, and then our engineers really have a rather easy time to build on top of that, right?
Kind of perfecting it, right?
Exactly, right? So we build plugins, for example, importing CAD data, importing the new USD files that Apple has created and output. It's all just basically plugins to our SDK, so nobody can touch basically the Holy Grail, so cannot basically ruin anything. So with that, the engineers have rather like an easy time to work with this. But of course, the topic itself is very hard, right? Yeah. So even if you only like build plugins for that, computational geometry is not an easy field. So
exactly, right. So they kind of work on those kinds of aspects rather than building the product itself, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, product enhancements is also part of what they're doing, right? Exactly. But then again, the integration to our core SDK will be done by our CEO himself, basically just taking the last steps of the journey of the implement the algorithm in the SDK. Okay. That's what he's doing. So, but some groundbreaking basically R&D that is done. For example, for Insta Reconstruct that we are showcasing here, or Insta Material, that is all based on the latest research papers that we implemented here, but creating the application out of it and putting it into our SDK later, that's a different story.
Absolutely. And so with Instelot, what is your kind of target audience? Is it B2B? Is it B2C? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's B2B for sure.
Okay.
So we work together with companies that create 3D content and then maybe already give it to clients, build experiences, create some games, create some real-time applications. Yeah, it's all typically B2B.
Gotcha. So no B2C. It's not like an individual can actually use the software and kind of create a little animation himself.
Oh, that is absolutely possible. I mean, if you're an individual and you just want to try it out and work on your models and build a nice application out of it, where you need to process some 3D data, that is absolutely something we do. There is a free seed license that is available on our website. You can just try it out, check it, use it for 1 year for free. Just see what you can do with it.
Absolutely. So I guess last question is, how do you guys plan on scaling within the next 5 to 10 years? You guys are a very new company, only been available since a couple of years ago. So
exactly. So we have been scaling since 2017. Where we started with 3 people, actually 3 guys, our CEO, an engineer, and me, basically.
Okay. So 3 turned to 15 within
exactly 2 years. So I mean, basically when you look at bigger companies, the growth is not that much because we grew with 12 people, but percentage-wise we grew a lot, and we want to keep that traction going. So in the previous month, we basically hired 5 to 10 new people working for us, and we want to keep that traction going to really go into a bigger scale. We have built 3 companies that basically in the future are competing with products like Substance or companies like Reality Capture. So these are established companies, have a rather large team. Of course, you need to staff up to really also match these guys. So we're going to scale heavily in the coming months and years for sure.
Absolutely. And then, do you plan on taking this product? Is it available right now, or is it still in the works?
Instelot is available since 2017, as I mentioned in SIGGRAPH. A lot of people already use it. So from the most premier gaming studios that you know, from Sony London to Blue Point Games that create Shadow of the Colossus, or like Mortal Kombat. I love that one, especially the splash screen of Mortal Kombat and seeing your logo there is fantastic to see that.
Awesome.
But of course also like enterprise companies like Automotive. For example, we are from Stuttgart, Southwest Germany. Some German automotives work with us, but also like just international engineering companies. Basically any industry you can imagine. Everybody has the same issues with 3D data. That is, it is too heavy to bring to real time, and we can help with that.